Choosing between Lego and model kits sounds simple until you look at how each hobby actually feels after the first few sessions. One gives you a guided system with reusable parts, forgiving mistakes, and a clean path from casual display to deeper collecting. The other often gives you higher realism, tighter tolerances, more preparation, and more commitment before the result looks finished. That difference matters more than taste. It shapes whether you keep going or quietly stop after one box. A display fan who wants a calm evening build will react very differently from a hobbyist who enjoys sanding, painting, decals, and correction work. Sets like the Orchid, the Starry Night, and the Great Wave show why Lego can satisfy adults who want something expressive without turning the table into a workbench. This guide is not about which hobby is better in the abstract. It is about which hobby fits your time, your space, your patience, and your idea of a satisfying finish across the 2026 to 2028 buying window. The real problem is that people compare the final display result first and the working process second. That leads to bad first purchases. A person sees a detailed aircraft model or a dramatic Lego skyline and assumes the only difference is visual style. In practice, the daily friction is different. Lego gives you color-coded instructions, part recovery, rebuild flexibility, and a finish that is usually complete the moment the last piece is placed. Model kits often ask for prep, tools, cleanup, paint decisions, drying time, and a steadier tolerance for small errors that stay visible. If your week already feels crowded, that extra overhead can turn a good intention into an unfinished project. This is why many adults who start with display-driven Lego sets like Titanic, Rivendell, and a frame cabin end up building again, while many people who start with the wrong kind of kit decide the hobby was not for them. The first choice should reduce resistance, not increase it. The guiding rule is simple. Choose Lego first if you want the hobby to reward momentum. Choose model kits first if you want the hobby to reward process control. Momentum means you can sit down quickly, follow a clean build path, stop and restart without penalty, and still get a polished result. Process control means you enjoy preparation as part of the craft. You do not mind tools staying out. You accept that improvement comes from technique, not only from finishing the box. This rule keeps the decision calm and practical. If your ideal evening looks like opening one box, following structured steps, and seeing visible progress, Lego fits better. If your ideal evening looks like refining surfaces, adjusting fit, choosing finishes, and chasing realism, model kits fit better. The reason sets like Eiffel Tower, Ferrari Daytona SP3, and Lamborghini Esion work as reference points is that they prove Lego can still feel deep and premium without asking you to cross into painting and finishing work. Start with the workflow you will repeat, not the display result you admire from a distance. Path 1 is for the buyer who wants low setup friction and a reliable finish. This person usually has limited weekly time, wants the table to stay clean, and values a hobby that can pause instantly when life interrupts. Lego is the stronger first move. The Orchid is a good example because it delivers shape, color balance, and room-friendly display without demanding a long mental warm-up. The Great Wave does something similar for people who want wall art energy and structured progress. Both prove that a relaxed build can still feel adult and intentional. In model kits, this buyer often underestimates how much the preparation stage affects enjoyment. A session can begin with trimming, sanding, test fitting, and deciding whether a plain build is enough or whether paint is now required to avoid a compromised finish. That is not a flaw. It is simply a different hobby rhythm. If convenience, restartability, and finished out-of-the-box presentation matter most, choose Lego first. It keeps the barrier low, which is the smartest way to protect long-term hobby retention from 2026 through 2028. Path 2 is for the buyer who values realism over flexibility. Here the case for model kits gets stronger. If the goal is faithful surface detail, sharper scale accuracy, and a finish that aims closer to museum miniature standards, model kits usually win that specific battle. This matters for aircraft, armor, cars, and subjects where painted realism is the main attraction. Lego does not try to compete on the same terms. It converts realism into readable structure, mechanical rhythm, and iconic shape language. That is why Ferrari Daytona SP3 and Lamborghini Esion succeed. They feel premium because they turn complexity into an engineered build journey rather than pure surface imitation. For many buyers, this is actually a better first hobby path because it keeps the experience tactile and rewarding without requiring paint skill. So if you want realism as the final goal, model kits deserve the edge. If you want a premium object and a premium build experience without a finishing station, LEGO remains the safer and more repeatable starting point. Path 3 is for the buyer who wants a display hobby that also feels restorative. This is where LEGO pulls ahead for most adults. The build language is repetitive in a good way. It creates rhythm. It lowers decision fatigue. It makes progress visible. Sets such as the Starry Night, A Frame Cabin, and Rivendell are strong examples because they mix detail with clarity. You rarely spend the session worrying whether one irreversible move will compromise the whole project. That changes the emotional texture of the hobby. Instead of guarding against mistakes, you spend more time absorbing the shape of the build and less time correcting it. Model kits can absolutely be relaxing for experienced builders, but they are usually relaxing after skill has been built, not before. Beginners often experience more vigilance than calm because the workflow asks for accuracy, patience, and tool familiarity at every stage. If your real goal is decompression after work, LEGO is usually the wiser first commitment. It delivers enough structure to engage the brain and enough forgiveness to keep the hobby restorative instead of demanding. Path 4 is for the buyer who wants depth and room to grow. Many people assume model kits offer the deeper long-term ceiling because the techniques can keep expanding. That is true, but depth is not the same as accessibility. LEGO also has a powerful growth path. You can begin with a display set like Orchid, move to art-focused builds like the Great Wave, shift into narrative environments like Rivendell and A Frame Cabin, and then reach large engineering or landmark projects like Titanic and Eiffel Tower. That path expands challenge, time commitment, and display impact without forcing a change in hobby infrastructure. Model kits expand through tools, paint systems, airbrush decisions, decals, weathering, and surface discipline. LEGO expands through scale, architecture, mechanics, part usage, and collection strategy. Both can become serious. The question is whether you want the next step to feel like a bigger project or a broader craft system. If you want depth without changing your whole setup, LEGO has the cleaner upgrade ladder. What not to buy first is just as important as what to buy. Do not begin with the hobby that matches your fantasy self instead of your actual habits. If you rarely keep tools organized, do not start with a kit that depends on trim quality and finishing discipline. If you know you abandon projects when progress feels slow, do not start with something where the best result only appears after paint, decals, and final assembly. On the LEGO side, do not start with the largest possible prestige build only because it looks definitive. Final recommendation. If you are undecided between LEGO and model kits, start with LEGO unless you already know you enjoy finishing work as much as assembly. This is the safer recommendation because it protects time, lowers friction, and still gives you strong display results. A first build should confirm that you like the hobby loop, not test every weakness in your schedule. For most adults, the best opening move is a medium commitment display set with clear visual payoff. Orchid works for low space and low stress. The Starry Night works for artistic display and conversation value. A Frame Cabin works for people who want scenery and detail without stepping into giant project territory. After that first success, you can make a smarter second decision. Move deeper into LEGO if the clean workflow was the main appeal. Try model kits next if you found yourself wanting more realism, more finishing control, and more technical craft. Start where success is easiest to repeat. That is the most reliable decision rule. Your next step is not to pick the most impressive box. Your next step is to choose the easiest honest win. If you want calm display building, begin with a compact LEGO set that finishes cleanly and earns visible shelf space. If you want a larger statement build later, you can grow into Rivendell, Ferrari Daytona SP3, Titanic, or Eiffel Tower once you know the process suits you. If you still feel pulled toward model kits, treat that as useful information rather than pressure. It means realism may matter more to you than modularity, but start with clarity. Decide whether you want a forgiving system or a precision craft. Decide whether your hobby time is casual, structured, or workshop-based. Decide whether your satisfaction comes from completion speed or finish control. Once that is clear, the right first purchase usually becomes obvious. And once you make that first good decision, the next guide on the channel becomes much easier to use because you will be choosing from experience instead of guesswork.